update on the SCR950 build we got going here lately. Now that it's winter time, it's finally cold. I ain't riding. Ain't got no shame in it. So basically, I'm kind of in teardown mode here. So I thought I'd give a little update and try to see, give you guys a little closer look at some of this stuff to try to figure out what's going on here and how I'm about to finish the build. So kind of up to date as it sits. All the tins off, obviously. We're about to go to paint, like I said, but the Dean Speed exhaust has been absolutely killer. I've been super excited about that. The bike runs crazy good. Sounds absolutely amazing. Super throaty. I mean, it's got a crazy hit now. And this K&N air filter has been definitely, like, the sound of this thing, man. It is sucking some air. Like, you can absolutely hear that crap when it's just sitting there idling. I mean, even when you're blasting down the highway, even you got wind in your helmet, you can hear that shit. It's awesome. So anyway, got all that stuff set up, and obviously, if you haven't seen the bike, I've got the SCR950 front end on here and the rear wheel as well. Had to do a little bit of work on the rear end to get it to sit right. I've actually got a chain conversion for it that I'm still trying to work through. I had it on there for a while, but I didn't do my homework good enough, and I had a little bit of offset going, so I had to go back to the belt since I snapped the chain. But I should have that up and going. I'm basically working on getting a spacer now, basically just getting another sprocket like the one I had on there cut down, and I need this exact diameter here so that you can see how this shit was wearing. It's crazy. But we won't talk about that. But what we will talk about is getting it fixed, which is not going to be too big of a deal. I just need to get that spaced out and get those threads on there. And then basically I'm going to be working towards cleaning this up. This was just kind of temporary until I got these. But I actually do like this strip with the lights, so I think I'm going to make a plate here. And we're basically going to try to kind of stick this on like the bead rolled edge that sits just underneath the seat, so all you see out here is frame, and this is kind of tucked up underneath here. It sits right here, and it gets the same effect and lights in there. And I absolutely love these lights, dude. Amazon special. Freaking Amazon's kicking ass. They're tough. I got the pods up front as well, the fog light setup. Love those things. And anyway, with this SCR900 front end conversion, I basically was able to use the stock inner stanchion rods and the lowers from the SCR900 front end, and I used the springs and the spacers as well to get the right length, because the spring rate on the SCR900 front end was way too soft and the spacers were too short, and the rake was too far down, so you were getting like worse clearance. So I couldn't have that, so I actually grabbed the old stuff I had from the front end that I tore off the stock one, and got into it, and it was all the same internals and everything, so I was able to do that. I'm actually working on getting some of the Race Tech gold cartridge emulators to go in there, and that'll make the front end completely primo for what it is, which is pretty badass now that I got the double brake set up. And it'll be nice having the chain back here as well. But the 17s is a massive upgrade from the stock setup, which was 18, 19. As far as like being able to actually hit twisties as well, like the versatility, it's way more fun now. And it's a chunky boy, so it needs chunky wheels. It looked too much cruisery when it had the other setup on here. But I made this sucker right here. I jumped into the leaves in the front yard and got leaves everywhere in here, but made that out of just some material I got from the metal shop next door, from the powder coat shop I work at, and traced it out and cut it on the machine, and it came out pretty nice. Powder coated it. Still working on getting some kind of spacer setup is here, kind of the same idea that I'm going to do here, some kind of bead rolled setup, maybe weld on some spacers and shit so that I can get that. So as you see, it's just off the counter shop sprocket, so it's been fine. I've got a couple thousand miles on it like this. It's solid, but I kind of like it to look a little bit cleaner and get that cleaned up. But the next thing for performance to kind of cap it off here is obviously the Ivan CCU flash, which at this point I've already done what I needed to do to really make it count. So it's kind of silly not to have already done it, but that's the plan. We're going to get that knocked out and get that going. As far as all the components here, I'm looking to do some carbon fiber hydro imaging, which I'm super stoked about, so it's going to be really fun. So looking forward to that shit, man. It's going to be a fun build, and I'm actually going for a 1976 Canada only RD400 graphic, which was black and gold and white speed block. So I'm gonna do the tank gloss black and the side covers gloss black, and I'm gonna do that black and gold speed block straight through the tank. And then I think on these I'm just gonna keep the gloss black that's there. This isn't all sticker, so it doesn't just come off, and it's not nice. This is the only sticker aspect of it, so it's kind of annoying, but I'm just going to repaint them to match the tank anyways, and then I'm thinking about doing the same gold that the block's going to be on this, so I'll keep you guys updated on the build. It's going to be really fun. I'm super excited about it. Anyway, catch me and do some more build update videos. It's Bullet Bob Moto checking in with you.